Wow. Come on, y'all. Russell Wilson. Holy, very exciting. You know, once we knew that Russell could be available, he was our number one target. He was a priority for the offseason. We were going to do anything it took to get Russ.
Came here for one reason, and that's to win. And that's what I believe in. So every day, what you're going to get from me is that mentality. You're going to get that juice. You're going to get that energy. You're going to get that focus. And we're going to do it together. All the guys back there, we're going to do it together. That's what it takes. But we're here for one thing, and it's to win. It's to win at the highest level often. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the journey. And Broncos country, let's ride.
There it is. It's Let's Ride. No, it's Let's Ride.
Let's
ride. I think it's Let's Ride.
That could be
Not
good.
Go Bronx.
Okay.
Let's ride.
Let's
you ride
ride
the Bronco.
Yeah.
Ride the Bronco, baby.
Yeehaw, riding the Bronco, baby.
So, Russell Wilson, now a Bronco. And they made it clear yesterday. Well, I don't know if they made it clear. I don't know if they convinced anyone. But
they're
George
trying.
Paton finally said publicly what they've been saying privately for the past week and a half, that Russell Wilson was their top target in free agency. And look, when you consider that, as we've said, Aaron Rodgers is in the year-to-year phase of his career, Russell Wilson clearly has a lot left in the tank, you want an answer not just for 1 or 2 years. I mean, if Rodgers goes to the Broncos and they win the Super Bowl this year, he potentially says, I'm out, I'm done.
Right.
See you later. Go back to Brock Osweiler.
Yeah, right. I know. I don't believe them. I still think Rodgers was the first choice. I don't believe them, but like we discussed last week, I think it's kind of a blessing in disguise because you got something to build off of here. Instead of, Aaron Rodgers, wins the Super Bowl in year 1 or year 2 and then decides to walk away or, just goes, hey, it's been good for these 2 years. I'm out of here. You're right back in the same spot. So Russell Wilson, with one more year left on his contract, what they traded for him, they're going to sign him to a long-term deal. We've talked about they got a young back, some young receivers. They got something they can really grow together and build something. That's why I love the Russell Wilson trade for the Broncos.
And if there was any doubt, here's Russell Wilson talking about his intended timeline for the balance of his career, plus the objectives that he has for the number of championships he'll eventually be securing.
My goal is to play 10 to 12 more years and hopefully win 3 to 4 more Super Bowls. That's the plan. So I think that's the mindset. That's why I came here, to hopefully be able to finish my career here and to finish on top as a champion, and do it multiple times. So
I would just focus on one for now.
Yeah, don't be the Chiefs, right? Yeah.
In the aftermath of the Chiefs, don't start piling up Super Bowl. No.
LeBron.
One. Let's just one. It's been a long time. It's been 9 years since I've held that Lombardi trophy. I want to get the Broncos back into that kind of a place. Don't start saying 3 or 4. And it was 3 when he was with Seattle. Now it's 3 or 4. Pretty soon it's going to be 5 or 6. And I have no problem with having high expectations. I have no problem with that. No problem. But let's just focus on the next one. That's what Tom Brady always said. What's your favorite championship? The next one. Just focus on the next one, and we'll see where it goes. The better news for the Broncos, Chris, 10 to 12 more years for Russell Wilson.
Right.
That puts him into his 40s, and that means that for the next decade, they've solved their quarterback issue as long as his body holds up.
That's right. And they got a chance to have that here with Russell Wilson. And he's one of those guys, again, I don't know if I'm going to say he's TB12, but he's TB12-ish, I think, with his psychoness as far as how he works. He takes care of his body. I mean, the damn guy built a football field in his backyard, okay? That's all you got to know about Russell Wilson. There is a freaking football field in his backyard. And I think I even heard there's a football field in his vacation house backyard, if I remember correctly from what people have told me. So he's obsessed with his craft. He does have incredible self-belief, and that belief filters through an organization. Again, Russell Wilson's one of those guys, when he's on your team and you walk on the field, you just go, well, we got a chance to win today. 3's playing quarterback. So I love it. I really do. I'm excited to see it and see what he can bring to the table there. And you know what else I love? I love Nate Hackett, too, just there. Again, I'm enjoying some of the refreshing new head coaches in football who aren't cookie cutter and think they got to act. Him coming up, baking, Russell Wilson. I mean, you could tell he's excited. He's a fan himself. He loves this sport. I think there's a cool new energy there in Denver that I'm kind of can't wait to see.
It was 10 years ago this month.
Yeah.
That Peyton Manning was introduced as the new quarterback of the Denver Broncos. And it just dawned on me, and I checked the birthdays just to be sure. Peyton Manning was 35 at the time that happened. Russell Wilson is 33. And you would never think that they were basically the same age.
No, you're right.
When they arrived in Denver.
Right. You felt like Peyton was on his last leg. Like, damn, he's limping into the finish line here. That's what you kind of felt like here. You didn't know what he was going to be. And, of course, he was awesome that, his first few years there and setting records. But, yes, there is a totally different perception around this. And again, we've discussed with Russell Wilson, as great as he is, I think we both noticed, and, I know I said it, and you've I think, noticed it as well, where he's not quite as elusive and as fast as we used to see. He's not. There's a little bit more of playing within the pocket and doing that, which, speaks to, yes, he's getting up there in age a little bit, but he's going to do everything to fight, father time, certainly. I do trust that in Russell Wilson.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.